Hello, and welcome to How Can Birds Fly? Sit back and enjoy some smooth jazz in the background while you learn this about birds. Sorry about that, wrong jazz. The simplest form of flight, gliding, allows some birds to float, seeming effortlessly, for hours in response to the gentlest of sea breezes, while soaring birds can use warm currents in the air to rise to great heights and conserve energy while covering vast distance. Even observing smaller birds, such as sparrows or pigeons in flight, makes us wonder how they achieve liftoff and how they remain in the air. Listen as we tell the science behind bird flight and attempt to answer the question, how can birds fly? An aerodynamic and streamlined shape, and the covering of feathers on its wings and body combined with the physical forces of lift, drag and thrust are the crucial adaptations that allow a bird to take off, sustain flight, glide, and ultimately land safely when they need to return to land. 4 physical forces are necessary for effective bird flight: lift, drag, weight, and thrust. The relevance of each force can be understood as follows. Lift. As a bird flaps its wings, air moves faster over the upper surface of its wings and body. This reduces the surrounding air pressure and lifts the bird higher into the sky. Drag. The resistance caused by the force of the air pushing against the bird. This friction against the surface of a bird's wings slows down flight speed, so frequently it is necessary to tilt forward into a slight diving motion to keep pace. Weight. With hollow bones and lift-weight feathers, birds take advantage of their relatively low body weight to move higher into the air against the pull of gravity. This is helped by the curved shape of their wings, which cut through the air to create lift. Thrust. Thrust is achieved by a bird flapping its wings to create forward motion needed to take off and be propelled through the air. We'll be taking a look at the roles played by feathers, tails, and wing shape in helping birds become and remain airborne. How do feathers help birds fly? Wing feathers and tail feathers support a bird in every aspect of flight, allowing a bird to become and remain airborne, to balance, to control direction and speed, and allow for braking and landing when needed. A covering of feathers streamlines a bird for efficient flight. Wing feathers are spread and arranged for flapping to gain flight, while the most subtle changes to positioning of a bird's tail feathers allows it to change direction and, when needed, slow down and ultimately brake. How do wings help birds fly? Birds' wings are thicker at the front than at the back. The wing surface is more curved across the top than underneath, which causes air to move more quickly over the longer surface of the upper wing than the shorter surface on the underside of the wing. This difference in airspeed between the wing's surfaces causes lower air pressure top and a more intense pressure below. This generates the lift that raises the bird's wings, propelling it higher into the air. When a bird flaps its wings, the feathers collectively twist and create more thrust. This propels the bird forward higher up into the air, pushing the bird through the atmosphere. This pushes the bird through the air, similar to how a swimmer will push through the water with every stroke as they change the position of their shoulders, hands, and arms. To climb higher into the air, a bird tilts up the edge of its wings, increasing the angle between the wings and the airstream. The greater the angle, the higher the risk of encountering turbulence and stalling mid-flight. In a turbulent air, a bird's aula tuft of wing feathers spreads forward to form a slot in the front of the wing, keeping the airstream over the wings smooth. Wing shape and wing movement both play a vital role in helping a bird to fly. 3 of the more common wing shapes and how they affect the way a bird flies are as follows. Elliptical wings. These are more efficient than a straight or rounded shape and provide fast takeoffs, burst of quick speed, sudden and accurate turning and steady balance when moving through air currents. Birds with elliptical wings include doves, sparrows, magpies and crows. High-speed wings. Long, thin wings with tapered ends are perfect for high-speed flying. These are seen on the most aerodynamic bird species, including swifts, swallows, falcons, and terns. Broad soaring wings. Wings that are long and broad, with deeply slotted wings tips allow for maximum lift, and are seen in buzzards. Birds steer by twisting and turning their bodies during flight and adjusting their wings as needed to maneuver. Their tail is used as a kind of rudder and can control the steerings from subtle changes of direction from left to right to sharper and more drastic swerves and turns. To become airborne, a bird needs to move against an airstream. This means it must either take off into the wind or create an airstream of its own, taking a short run and then jumping into the air, flapping its wings backwards and forwards, rather than up and down. Some of the birds that are the strongest flyers are in fact notoriously weak at taking off. One such example is the swift, which has underdeveloped feet and is rendered almost helpless if it becomes grounded. Instead, swifts become airborne after a rare rest by dropping into the air from a ledge. Taking off from water follows the same principle as takeoffs that are initiated on land. Ducks and geese aim to get air moving fast enough to produce lift by flapping their wings as they run at higher speed across the surface of a lake or the sea. Once they have gained enough momentum, they are carried up into the airstream. And that is all for how can birds fly. Cheers!